session. I'm so excited to be here. Also, special thank you to Signals for having me. I'm excited to talk to you today about recruitment marketing and AI. And my name is Heidi Barnett. I am the CEO of ApplicantPro. That QR code right there will connect you to me on LinkedIn. I would love to connect and continue the conversation. While I do love me a fancy headshot, this is a little bit more of a better depiction of me. I'm an outdoor enthusiast. I love to ski. I'm a soccer mom, baby goat lover, and my background is in marketing. I spent the last 15 years in the recruiting space and tech space and marketing space, and I love how those ideas come together and how we've used them to create what we have here at ApplicantPro. So what does ApplicantPro do? So essentially we work with companies to help them hire smarter and faster to get quality candidates in the door based on the needs that they have. So here you see Welch's careers page, and they have this apply now button. From there, when you click on that, it opens up the jobs that are available. We take those jobs, we push them out to thousands of job boards, and then bring back the information into a format here that helps hiring managers, HR professionals, and small business owners to be able to sort through candidate flow as they need. Couple of cool stats about ApplicantPro. We have over 10,000 customers, and we've been in business for 17 years. We have a lot of jobs and a lot of applications coming through our system. And because of that information, there's been a lot of learning in the process and a lot of growth as well. We also have grown alongside of our customers. We have been featured on the Inc. 5000 list and 11 years in a row, which is crazy wild as we've grown rapidly and have learned heavily through that process of our own growth. We've been spotlighted on a couple of other cool lists on Capterra's shortlist, and also as one of Utah's top workplaces. Last year, we became one of Indeed's Platinum Partners, and this one is really cool and really important in the content that we'll go over, because Indeed essentially is just like Google in becoming not just a job board, but a search engine. And so we have a chance to work with them heavily, and it's influenced a lot of the information that we share and a lot of the philosophies that we talk about. So in 2006, as we all know, inbound marketing was born with HubSpot. And I love this definition of what is inbound marketing, where essentially inbound marketing is a business methodology that attracts customers by creating valuable content and experiences. So that valuable content and experiences, and then attracting them to come to you. I know this is, business 101, marketing 101 for us, but it is something that I think is really important when we start to look at the world of recruiting through the lens of marketing, because what we've discovered as we have been working with our backgrounds in marketing, plus also in this lens of recruiting, is that recruitment marketing truly is inbound marketing philosophy and practice applied to recruiting. So where we as marketers are trying to optimize all of the content and the things that we push out for Google, us as recruiters are also trying to do the same thing on Indeed, because we were seeing Indeed pull a page from Google and are creating algorithms and a bunch of different pieces that are related to marketing and marketing principles in order to be able to continue to drive the message to improve the quality overall, very similar to what Google did many years ago. So here I'm showing a traditional marketing funnel. You guys know this well. We've got leads at the top in the awareness and interest stages, top of funnel activity, and then you move into the stages of prospects where they move from consideration into intent down into that evaluation stage, and then there under buy, they become a new customer. So from that funnel, we take as marketers and apply different strategies. So under that top of funnel awareness stage, we put out great search content. We do web ads and social media ads, and then with the intent of moving them down into the funnel, right? So interest, we would add blog posts or landing pages. Same with consideration. You've got some review pages and some credible backlinks that help drive that behavior. Then after that, we move into case studies and landing pages that help convert on the intent. And then we move our prospects into this evaluation stage. When they're in this stage, they're looking at contact pages, checkout pages, and other products and services. At ApplicantPro is we've taken this philosophy and we've attached it to a recruitment marketing talent funnel. And a lot of these steps are the same, but you see us on the employer brand side working with awareness and engagement. And then when you move into hiring process, you've got consideration, apply, and screen. And then at the last part, you've got your new employee here at the hiring stage. So similar to what we do with a marketing funnel, we've done the same thing with this recruitment marketing strategy, and we've applied these things. So with awareness, there's different things that we can do in each one of these areas in order to drive that recruitment marketing strategy. Now, I know this is a RevTech Summit, and we're talking about revenue, and we're talking about technology, but I also wanted to just bring up the fact that in order for you to get to the revenue that you need, you really are driving the teams that will then be the ones that use the tools and are able to get to their quotas and get you to the budgets that you're looking for. And so that's why we love the idea of plugging in here on RevTech, is that the technology that we use and then the technology and philosophy that we have, that we share openly with everyone for free, gives us the chance to be able to share this information with you. So I'm really excited to talk about AI and marketing. And I think marketers tend to be ones that are using ChatGPT or different type of AI probably more readily than a lot of other industries. And so this might be old news to you, but I just wanted to share this and how we think about AI in use in relation to tech and recruitment. So we think of ChatGPT as a brand new employee. So if you have a brand new hire that you bring on and you want a specific result, then you give very specific instruction. And so you're going to do the same thing with your ChatGPT as far as it comes with prompts. The more specific that you are, the better results that you're going to get. And then I found that if you stack your prompts, you're going to get more accurate results. So I'm going to walk you through actually in each one of these some of the prompts that have been really helpful with us as we've been working on instituting AI into the overall recruiting that helps us to drive our teams in particular in that sales and marketing area. I found it easiest when we treat ChatGPT as like a conversation, when we're training it through trial and error as well. It seems to help overall for us to be able to get the results that we're looking for. And also one last quick note, it's not the wand, but the wizard that makes the magic. And this is one of the things that I've just discovered through trial and error is that the better my prompts are, the more magic that comes out and the more that we're able to get the results that we're looking for. So when you are starting, one of the things that we always push people to do is to think about the pre-work and do some preparation before you start to go out and recruit. Really, what we're trying to do is ask this question that Moana asked so long ago and in such a great way. Do you know who you are? If we really truly understand who we are as a company, what makes us unique, what value do we add to the world, it makes it so much easier for you to take your content and to produce it that will then attract candidates into your job ads. Very similar from a marketing perspective. The content that connects directly with your prospect are the ones that are going to do the very best. Those are the ones that are going to come in, they're going to make that connection, and they're going to want to come over and look more at your product because you're solving those problems for them and you're helping them with the things that they're looking for. It's very much the same way when we're talking about recruitment marketing. So a couple prompts, obviously you won't be putting these into AI, but a couple things that you could put in that can help you to really decide and make sure that you understand about who you are is, who are we as a company? What are our missions and values? What makes us unique? And what do our customers love about us? And then why do our employees love working for us as well? As we answer all these questions, it helps us to be able to then take that, create content that will help us in each one of the phases. The first one we're going to look at, and what we see in that recruitment marketing funnel I showed earlier, is this awareness piece. this is a statistic that is sitting here in 2023 that stronger employer brands attract 50% more candidates than those with a weaker brand. Now, a lot of times we think about, okay, your Googles or your Nikes or those ones that are a little bit well-known, a little more well-known in the market. Those are the ones that are going to attract the candidates. But there are some things that you can do in your own circle and sphere of influence that you can influence overall, probably with a lot smaller budget. So I want to talk a little bit about how we've done this at ApplicantPro and maybe a few other ways that you can do it as well. So one of the things that you'll see here are the awards. I shared those with you a little bit earlier on. You can also see signage on one of our clients' meters here. They have the QR code that you can scan in order to be able to attract those that are walking into your business to be able to know about your open positions. You also see some paid search here with H&R Block. And then one of my favorites is when our employees organically talk about us. This is one of our employees who worked with us, who had interaction with us, and a bunch of our employees would talk to her about coming to work for us forever. And she finally took the leap, came over, and she's thriving, and we love having her. She's a huge advocate of us and talks about it in a very organic way. So she's not pushing and selling similar to what you see over on the paid search side, but it's a very organic way of doing it. So why does it work this way? It's gently disruptive. It speaks to and leverages our fans overall. Adds that third-party credibility when you have somebody saying, hey, these guys are worth looking at, or hey, they've won this award. A lot of times you get that lift that isn't self-promoting. It promotes your brand. You get your help from marketing and then also from your loyal employees. And as you do that, you get a bigger spread overall. At this point, if you want to raise the overall awareness about you, one of the best things you can do is be a great place to work and apply for those awards, because you're going to get essentially free press from those. Encourage your employees to share about your company, be unique, and give them cool things to share about. So for example, at ApplicantPro, we decided that we have quite a few females that work for us, and so one of the perks that we give out is $100 towards housekeeping, which is super fun. It's something that our employees wouldn't buy for themselves, and there is this virtuous cycle that happens when I get my house clean and I take a picture and I post it on social media, and my friends see and they ask a question like, hey, I would love to hear more about your company. I couldn't believe that companies do that for their employees. So that's one of those things that doesn't cost us very much, but actually has huge impact on our employees and also how they're viewed when they share this information out. We talked about signage, social media, and I think one of the biggest things, and you know this from a marketer perspective, is that we should be real and we should be human. And a lot of times, I don't think that when we're writing job ads that is really what the goal is. A lot of times it's this list of requirements that we're trying to get people to use, or we're trying to get people to connect with. And what we really, really want is just this deep connection where somebody reads our content and says, hey, they're talking to me. And we should consider that from a job ad perspective as well. All right, here's a couple of helpful prompts that you can use. Again, you can just open up ChatGPT, you can enter this information in, and it will help you to kick out some of the pieces that you should be using for social media, potentially for job listing, and other things. So I would like to write a social media post to the followers of H&R Block to let them know that we have a job opening for a team leader. You see that we led them through very specific prompts there. Here's the job listing that we have, and I'd like to focus on these couple of perks and features. Going back again to, do you know who you are? If you understand who you are, and who you're trying to attract to come into your funnel, then you're going to focus on what those things are. A lot of times here at ApplicantPro, we focus on the flexibility portion. We always talk about housekeeping, and we talk about a more relaxed environment, that we do great work, we get things done, but we also believe that you can have a life and a family outside of work. And then, so I would choose to focus on that when I enter my prompt. And then the last one is, can you make it have an easygoing and relaxed tone? This tone should match what your company is, so that there's not this big disconnect or tension when they're applying for a job and then show up and it looks drastically different than what they were expecting on that side. All right, the next one in the funnel is engagement. So there's a lot of different types of engagement. As you guys know from marketing, you've got impressions, clicks, likes, comments, shares, questions, and then your company search name in Google. So what you should be doing, again, is be a really great place to work, and then mind your reviews in Glassdoor, Indeed, and Google. All of these feed back into your visibility overall. So it's very, very similar to what you guys do with marketing. If you don't have great social signal coming back, it can harm you overall in SEO. Same thing with reviews here. Your reviews feed heavily into your visibility on the job board. So mind your reviews, answer each one of them, and make sure that you're promoting and pushing people in order to have those 4 to 5 stars. It makes a really big difference. And also quantity has makes a big difference there as well. Make an awesome and welcoming careers page so that when they arrive, they don't bounce. They want to come, they want to spend time, they want to learn more about the company, and then make your next steps really clear. All right, here's a couple of helpful AI prompts in this stage. I would like to create an engaging and welcoming careers page on my website, and then include the website there. Ask, can you teach me what pieces I should make sure to include on that page? Then ask again, can you please write a section on core values using this list: humble, hungry, smart, problem solver, for the careers page? And then finally, can you please adjust the tone to be professional and stuffy? However it is that you want to present yourself here. Again, what we're trying to do is see if we can get the information listed here to move someone from one stage over into the next. This is marketing, but it also is in relation to recruiting. The next stage that your applicants move into is this consideration stage. Let me show you this slide. This one is really interesting to me. So they're going off of, this was presented by Indeed, but they were going off of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And what you're looking at here is the pace of monthly jobs. So you're seeing that pink line is really the trend over time. So in 2021, there were a lot of jobs. There was a lot of pent-up demand post-COVID, but you've just slowly seen that creep down in this into 2023, 2024. So what this means for us as those who are promoting jobs, as we're trying to grow teams, as we're trying to help progress our teams overall, is that there are fewer and fewer jobs available, but more audience for those jobs as well. And so what you really need to do in order to be able to get people to consider applying for your open roles is that you really have to stand out. And part of that is playing into the algorithm overall with those job boards, but also it is making sure that you include the right information so that when they get there, they have their questions answered and they're able to truly consider your job as an option for them. So what should you include in your job description? Again, coming from Indeed, here are the jobs, here are the parts of a job description that are most important to candidates. So you're seeing compensation, that's the number one. We're seeing that more and more, and Indeed actually values that heavily, and part of it has to do with laws in a lot of the states where they're trying to promote pay transparency. But what we're hearing from Indeed is that if this is not included in your job ad, it may harm and harness your visibility overall. Qualifications, job details are in there as well. You've got career growth and company culture. I think the way that we've talked about culture in the past has made it feel like it's the number one thing. So you see a lot of companies leaning heavily with that, but really what people want to know is how much will I get paid, what's my schedule, and what do I need in order to be able to do the job. So you're going to make sure that you want to include those as part of your job ad. Now, I'm not saying job description because it's not really a legally approved job description. There is a place for that. But when you hit the job boards, what you're trying to do, especially to get your candidates to want to consider you, you want to make sure that the ad is well placed so that they're excited they can first of all see it and then they're excited to apply. So here's a couple other things that you might want to consider. Keywords, density, your job title on Indeed and other job boards is one of the most important. You're going to want to make sure you leave off any clickbait or even dollar signs or numbers in your job title can dilute the amount of traffic that you get. Does it include the schedule? We also love to have this day in a life section that really tries to give them a clear picture and story of what they'll be doing on a day-to-day, and then what to expect. We're also seeing that those that have a 300 to 700 word job description or job ad actually perform a lot better than those that are smaller than that. And then again, we're pushing for connection. I have a free guide for you if you want to go and walk through how to write a killer job ad based around all of this learning that we've had with our clients. You're welcome to scan this and grab that free ad. But you can also grab some of them here with this prompt. So the AI prompts that you can use free with ChatGPT, here's a couple. I'd like to write a job ad for a marketing manager position at ApplicantPro and then include your careers page. You can also include a section of your core values there as well. And when I say job ad, I don't mean a legal job description. I would like to use the guide, use the following framework, and then you can use the framework that we've included in the guide. Again, you're trying to teach ChatGPT to just like you would a new employee. So you give them as much information as you can. Here's why people love working with us. The job has the following: salary, hours, schedule, location, all of the things that help attract them and have them consider you guys for a job. And then will you please rewrite this in playful but professional tone? As you said, that tone, it helps with that connection. So one of the things that we've done at ApplicantPro is we've taken this killer job ad and we've have a job ad writing assisted with AI. And it's a tool in here that gives you all of the different areas that you are going to populate that will help us on the back end to be able to create this really engaging job ad for you. And so it's part of our system. You can help enter it here. A lot of those are the prompts that I gave you a little bit earlier. And as you enter those, then you can create your job ad. One of the things that we also do is we create multiple versions of the job ad because it's essentially A/B testing, because you can put up your first ad. If it's not performing well, you can throw up a second ad and see if that compares better. Also, there is this we're being rewarded by the job boards in order to be able to, anything new is prioritized. And so if you have a couple different job ads, it allows for you to take down and put up a secondary ad. And when you do that, it puts your visibility a little bit higher because it is new. Okay, the next one is apply. This statistic kills me every time. 92% of all applicants that click apply never finish the application. And I think the main reason is because we're asking to meet the parents on our first date. You're asking for too many things right out of the gate rather than leading them a little, making emotional bank deposits and moving them through the process. So here's a couple things that you should do. We always encourage our employees or our companies, once they've posted a job, to go back in and actually apply for the job. Ask, how long did it take? How many clicks did it take me to get there? Did I ask for too much, too early? Did you have all of the information at your fingertips? Is everything that you asked for required or just really nice to have? And then what questions did you have at the end of it if you were to apply as an applicant the first time? So this is essentially when you are creating a form for your marketing material. And as you create that, you don't want to include 20 different prompts or 20 different steps for them to complete in order for them to be able to submit their ad or to submit their form. If you do that, then you're going to get drop off. And that's what you see with candidates to the tune of 92%. They're not actually moving through the process. And so make sure that you're not asking too many things up front, but just those that are necessary. Here's a couple of prompts that will help you when you are in this apply stage in your recruitment marketing process. So based on this job ad, what are some screening questions that I should consider? Of those questions, which are most important? What is the standard application process for a marketing manager? Make sure that you are including those in your job ad, but then also make sure that it's coming through and you're following those steps all the way through. This last one is screening, and we know that screening is really critical. Here are 3 different statistics that say so. So 49% of applicants admit to turning down a job offer due to a bad recruiting experience. So if they're not enjoying it through the process, then there's a really good chance that they won't take the job. 53% of applicants say that they didn't receive any response for 3 months or more after applying. Can you imagine that from a marketing perspective? What if you didn't follow up with your leads? They wouldn't buy from you. It's the same thing with your applicants. If you are hiring manager and you're growing and scaling your teams, if you're not reaching out and contacting them to keep them warm, you're going to lose them just like you would with a lead. And then 63% of applicants believe that recruiters don't communicate adequately during the hiring process. Another thing that we should consider is that there was a study done by Virgin Media, and a lot of the people that are actual users and buyers were the ones that would go and apply for the job. And so they figured out that just because they had a poor screening process and onboarding process, that people were then canceling their service with Virgin Media, and it cost them around $5 million in lost revenue because of the way that they were engaging with their candidates, because there was that overlap with candidate flow and also with customers. So here's what you should do. Respond every time, all the time, to every candidate. Tell them what to expect. Talk to them about timelines and keep them. Keep your commitments, and then really just reply like a human. If you can change the no reply emails that go out to people that you're actually recruiting, it makes a huge difference. Here's a couple prompts that can be really helpful. How can you help me write a personalized email that I can use to send rejection emails to a marketing manager candidate that was not selected for the job? Because believe it or not, that communication, even if it's negative on their behalf, is more important than no communication at all. Another one, can you help me write a positive, upbeat email to the marketing manager candidates that I would like to invite to take the video interview? Again, when you are at the very beginning, if you're asking too much, then they're not going to apply. If you then come back with a next step, as in, please take this video interview or take this assessment, when you do those things, it will help to drive them to do so, because they'll feel excited about being moved on to the next step. Another prompt, I will be running a video interview for a marketing manager position. What are some great questions that I should ask? Then, great, can you rewrite these to make sure that the tone is more relaxed and reassuring, making sure that it matches the tone that you're looking for. One of the things that we have built into ApplicantPro is candidate matching. And again, it's just part of our regular service, but pretty cool AI matching. And what it does is it takes the candidates that apply and puts them against the selection criteria that you have designated beforehand. And what it comes back with is this score. So you can see here that Tiara Michelle was applying for a Duncan team member in Springfield, Massachusetts, and she's a 96% fit based on the job. So as you're going through and screening, because remember I showed you that there are way fewer jobs than there were before, but there's definitely more candidates on each one. This candidate matching with the AI actually helps you to be able to settle in on the candidates you should be talking to and interviewing first, which is awesome and time saving, and help you again to get the highest quality candidate in the door to interview with you as quickly as possible, because if not, then they're entertaining other offers and other opportunities. So back to our initial recruitment marketing strategy. These were some of the things that we've talked about in this session in order to apply the recruitment marketing strategy. So in awareness, you have your awards and shares. You've got social media posts, both organic and also paid. And then you've got some signage. This is B2C, obviously. And then that next stage, you've got engagement. This is where you're going to mind your reviews and make a really awesome careers page, one that will connect with people and give them an opportunity to learn more about you. Then if you do a good job of both of those, they're going to move into this consideration stage, and it really is all about the job ad, making sure that that job ad is written in a way that not only will connect with them when they read it, but also will get you the visibility that you need on the job boards so that they can actually find you. The next one is apply. So this one, we're going to make a very simplified application process. We're going to do requirements only to start rather than asking for everything, including meeting the parents on that first date. And then the last one is screening. And here we're going to want to add quality job questions and invite them to do the assessment and the video interviewing, plus also utilization of the candidate matching. So I hope that you've learned something today about how recruiting and marketing are very similar, and how if you apply a lot of these marketing strategies, that will help you when you are recruiting and wanting to grow the teams that you have in order to hit your revenue goals. I just wanted to again say thank you so much for coming to my session, for spending time with me today. If you have any questions or want to learn more about the things that we're working on in this sector of recruitment marketing, please feel free to email me, Heidi@ApplicantPro.com, or hey, let's connect on LinkedIn. Either way. Again, thanks so much for listening.